Hey guys, Grimm here. And first off, I'll let you know there's a slight problem today. Obviously, we're back on Feed the Beast. There's an update to the Feed the Beast today. It was the Greg Tech update, and it's interfered with the system big time. I mean, the update and all went well, but the side effect is I cannot install Optifine. If I install Optifine, the console itself, the second window that opens when Feed the Beast opens, spits out an error, a server connection error, and it just stops there. It won't load at all. Take Optifine off, it loads perfect. I tried it with the current version of Optifine. I tried it with an older version of Optifine. It just don't work. So Greg Tech be damned. That means that stupid bedrock fog is back on. In any case, we are here, and I am at the point. I am tired of punching holes. It was a nightmare. And there's my phone going off. Damn people. But the only reason punching these holes was a nightmare. Oh, you know what? Options. Sound. 15. Music, we'll leave it 20. In my attempt to get Optifine to work, I ended up completely deleting the MindCrack mod pack folder. I saved my worlds on my desktop. I deleted the MindCrack mod pack folder and ended up completely reinstalling it. Nothing worked, so it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal to me because I like my Optifine. I value my Optifine. But these holes were a nightmare to punch because, you know, the power of hindsight was not with me beforehand. Because that's why it's called hindsight, right? I lose a lot of torches doing this. I don't even know if I have enough dirt, by the way, but we're gonna find out. I punched all the holes from the bottom up because I got the first layer down there completely done the way I wanted it. I had to make the holes line up, so I stood on the bottom layer down there and punched the holes above, and then the next layer, punched the holes above. And I wish I'd have started from the top. I wish I'd get the top layer completely set up first. That way I could just, punch the holes straight down. It would have been much faster. And there's my computer spitting out some type of error behind Minecraft. I don't know what. But I'm not going to concern myself with it. The computer seems to do that every once in a great while, and then when I take a look, there's no actual error window. So I don't know what that's about. There's no virus or anything. The computer's clean. I don't know. It's Greg's fault, I tell you. Greg's fault. I wonder, the Greg that I always blame, I wonder if I should start blaming him for the Greg Tech bullshit too. Start claiming it's his. He owns Greg Tech. If that were true, he would get so much shit from me, more so than what he already does. I would hound him relentlessly. Need to change this, need to change this. But he's not. And people that run Greg Tech will probably never see my videos. So, I'm not going to concern myself with it. Just, if they ever come across this, let them be known they suck. Okay? That's all there is to it. They suck. I ended up actually only having like 2 stacks of dirt to start this with. And when it come down to it, I believe it took like 4 stacks to do the last layer. So there was still patches of dirt on the walls and the floor down below. So I went down and I robbed them. I got a little bit over 4 stacks. So I'm not sure if it's going to be enough or not. I think I'm only on the 3rd stack right now. No, I'm on the 4th. Yeah, it'll be enough, I think. We shall see. I'm going to throw some water in here. Torch, come to me. Thank you. I'm going to throw some water in here and let it drop down. I did test it in a creative world. Water passing through the dirt block down there will allow sugarcane to be planted on it, in case you were curious about that as well. I tested it in a creative world. It does work. And I think for the initial power process, for firing this up, because I don't have some of the machinery needed to create the redstone MJ units to hold it. So I think to start off with, I'm going to run waterproof pipe straight up and run lava down and just put a magmatic engine next to each of these to run them. I'm not sure if that could potentially make them blow up. I don't really know. Okay, that's going. How's that looking? Looking good. Okay. But, yeah, and that's one of the updates too, I guess. I'm not sure if it was the current update or not, but I guess with the update with GregTech, if you blow something up, hey, if you blow something up, all the cables and everything attached to it catch fire, and the whole system you have it hooked to blows up. So that's kind of not practical. It's not helping us in any way, shape, or form. So, before I hook up the magma engines, I'll go into a test world, and I'll hook them up for quite a while. Maybe I should just make that whole layer up there completely water and just... No, I'm tired of punching holes. Screw it. Punch holes in the floor, make it like the entire layer, infinite water sources. And then just punch holes in all the floors. Or in that floor up there and let it come down through here. But no, I'm tired of punching holes, so I'm not going to do that. So today is Monday. This video should be available to you tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, obviously. My weekend was alright. I didn't really do anything. I was actually going to head to Columbus today. For any of you that don't know, I live in Ohio in the US. And I was going to head to Columbus today, originally. And I changed my mind. Because my car, it's a couple hour drive for me to get to Columbus, which is in the center of Ohio. My car needs an oil change, and I didn't want to drive it that far needing an oil change because I can't really get it in for an oil change for a couple days. And when I say I can't really get it in, I don't mean, I'm not taking it to Valvoline or any of that. I'm not paying out my ass for an oil change. I work on cars. I'm pretty mechanical. Mechanically inclined, I guess you could say. I take it out to my dad's house. He's got his own garage, big garage, and a lift. I just throw up on the lift and do the oil change myself. So my only cost is the oil and the filter. So his garage isn't going to be open for me to do that for a few days. So I won't be going to Columbus. And I was originally supposed to be going down there for the hockey game, which is happening right now. And I am playing Minecraft. The Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Stars. For the life of me, I can't remember what city the Stars are even out of. But you know what? Doesn't really matter. It's the Blue Jackets I go for. But my buddy lives in Columbus, because I used to live in Columbus for a while. A few years. I think it was like 3 or 4 years I lived down there. And one of my buddies that I used to work with had a couple tickets to go. Someone else that was supposed to go backed out, so he offered tickets up on Facebook, and I contacted him it was like 5 hours after he posted it. I contacted him hey man, you still available? I'll go. And they were, and he offered it to me. But then I got to think about my car and see about the oil change, and that don't fly. So I'm missing a hockey game tonight, which is fine. It's fine. There's plenty of other games. I don't know how many of you might be a hockey fan. And if any of you are, you're probably going to say, Blue Jackets suck. Red Wings are awesome. You know what? Red Wings suck. So, that being said, now that I've lost half of you. What else is going on? School was awful today. Not because it was school, but mainly because I was tired. I was real tired. I don't know, it feels like I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I don't recall waking up in the middle of the night or anything. I did get like 8 hours of sleep, so one would think I would be fine. And earlier, I was really tired when I got up. I almost didn't hear the alarm to get up for class. But, you know, about, I don't know, 12 o'clock, about noon, I started getting a headache. And it was related to being tired, because I was dog-ass tired. So, I took one of my painkillers that was from the dental work I had. I still have some left. And I say this now because, let me enlighten you, regular like aspirin and Tylenol and all that doesn't work for a headache for me. So when I get a headache, I take one of my actual painkillers. And then I lay down for a bit, try and get rid of the headache. And when I got back up, for the most part, it was gone, but not really. I mean, I can still feel it's still there a bit. You know, it's just like that faint light throbbing. It's what is how it feels, you know. So, yeah, I still got that, but it's not as bad as it was. So, that is always a plus, right? Did I miss a spot down there? No, but let's finish off this road just because we can. Okay. So tomorrow, and that being said, you know, today I didn't really do much in the way of school. I worked on one of my assignments for PHP, which is a scripting language for server-side script on the internet. Whenever you fill out a contact form, PHP is the language that then takes the information you entered and does stuff with it. But I was working on one of my assignments for that, and I did a little bit on there, and I just kind of wandered away from it because it's stuff that is completely ignorant. It is doing stuff the hard way, whereas not quite recently, but recently in the past couple of years or so, there's been an easier method implemented in PHP to do what I'm supposed to be doing the hard way. And we're not allowed to use the easy method, which is stupid because, you know, think of it as evolution. As time goes on, the hard method is going to be deemed deprecated, which then you will not, then the Internet Authority, and yes, there's an Internet Authority on scripting languages, will not want you to use deprecated tags and stuff like that. So, and what I'm using is actually going to be deprecated quite soon in comparison to what's replaced it. It's an email validation. It takes it when you enter an email address, it takes a look at it, it evaluates it, and says whether or not it's of a valid length and type. It makes sure you have so many characters entered, and then the actual @ symbol, and then it makes sure you have so many more characters entered, and then the actual period for dot, like .us, .uk, .com, .org, and then it looks to make sure there's so many more characters for the com, the org, the US, the UK, and if it all matches up, if it says yeah, there's so many characters before the yeah, there's so many characters before the period, then what it does, it says yeah, this is the proper format, this is acceptable as an email address. If you just enter like your first name, the @ symbol, and your last name, it'll look at it and say no, this is not acceptable, you need to enter something else. And it's validating an email address using what's called a regular expression. And it's a nightmare, I'm telling you. It's completely stupid. There's no reason for something this goddamn complicated. It is. I'll say that I've read the material about regular expressions. I've read it 4 to 5 times now. And I still can't tell you what the heck everything does. Because with a regular expression, it's a bunch of symbols. And the symbols stand for meanings, which is stupid. Why not just make the meanings actual tags and make the meanings make those words carry the meanings behind them? But they didn't. They used symbols. Periods, slashes, the caret symbol, which is an insert symbol, I guess you could say. Greater than symbols, less than symbols, forward slashes, backward slashes, parentheses, the dollar sign, square brackets, the curly braces. All of those have different meanings now in regular expressions in PHP. If being used in a regular expression, you know, the left curly brace means one thing, the right curly brace means something completely different, a period means something, a dollar sign means something. It is really stupid. So, and the method that's replaced it is a form of email validation that literally you're typing like 4 words and then inputting the email address that the user typed in, and boom, it looks at it to tell if it's an actual valid email address. So I don't understand what the point of doing it the hard way is. The hard way is going to be obsolete soon. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a use for regular expressions in other terms that where the need hasn't been filled by something simplistic yet. But for email validation, that is not the case. It is a nightmare. And I've actually got this week and next week to finish up this assignment. I started it last week. And I'm already afraid for time constraint. Not that I'm not, it's not the fact that I'm sitting here playing Minecraft right now and not doing that. It's the fact that I can't retain the actual meaning of the symbols long enough to actually do anything with them. I've done searches on the internet. Plenty of searches on the internet. To find a simplified version of it, or find a code that someone else has already typed out that works, and it's proving difficult, to say the least. And then when I find code, a regular expression that someone else has already typed out, they'll have one aspect of it that doesn't work, and there'll be a forum about it, about how to get it to work, and no one wants to answer the actual question on the forum. They all refer him to the easy way to do it. So that's kind of ignorant as well. I mean, a question has been asked. A better method wasn't asked for. The way to do it with the current method is what was asked for, but no one wants to answer it that way. So it's being a nightmare. And I already have a pretty good feeling I'm not going to get 100% on it, because the way I have it set up now, it validates everything up until the period, like .com, .us, .uk. After the period, really, the way I have it right now, you can punch in just like as an example, like your first name at your last name, and it'll validate. It'll let you do it. It won't even look for a period, anything at the end, which is called a tilde, a TLD. So, and I got a feeling I'm not going to get it any farther than that, because I still have to go in and I have to change a lot of CSS formatting for the general page as well to get full points. We're given like a rough draft of the files, and the CSS is like the makeup. CSS is what makes websites look good. It has to do with the layout of the site. It has to do with color placements in the page, picture placements, spacing between items, and all that. It's like it is the makeup of the web page. The HTML is like the foundation. It's the structure. And the HTML allows you to make links. It allows you to input a paragraph of text. It allows you to put in like a contact form, like what people would use, like a name, address, and stuff like that. That's what HTML does. PHP makes that form work. And let's see what else. You know, I had to get off that topic. I don't think you want to hear about computer programming stuff. most people, without already a basic understanding of it, have no idea what I'm really talking about, I think. So, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna have trouble with this class. And then history class is what I actually had today at the school. But how did I even get started on PHP? I remember saying that tomorrow was, or I remember wanting to say, I don't know if I said it or not, that tomorrow was a day that will be spent at home working on a different class. And that class is, if any of you are familiar with C#, which isn't that bad for me because I've already taken Visual Basic, and the only real change is the syntax, the end line stuff, and nothing major has changed. Hey, at least not that I know of yet. Oh man, my jetpack just died on me, didn't it? Yep, sure did. Sure did. Alright, you know what that means? Scaffolding. Oh man. You know what? Let's see what else. There's not really anything else new with me. And I know I say that a lot, but there really isn't. Other than the fact that I can't seem to climb a ladder. I don't really go out, do a lot. I don't go out to clubs or anything like that. I'm not a partier. I never have been. Bam. How many more do I need? Just 2? Thank goodness. And then I will finish adding the sugar cane to the bottom row since I already started that one. Oh yeah. And then I'll go to the next row and start adding sugar cane there. But I think we're approaching the end of the video here. I think it's been about 20 minutes. What do you think? You probably can look at a clock right now. I can't. I don't have 2 monitors. And there we go. Alright. And let's see. There's not going to be any there. 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 By any, I mean sugar cane. There. Okay. Looks good to me. I will finish lighting up the other rows, if I haven't already. Looks like I already have. And then these blocks, that's where the sugarcane harvesters are going to be, and then the farm is going to be down there. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, a like is appreciated. It really helps me out. Otherwise, I will see you in the next episode. Take care, guys.